Bristol News. For the past 50 years, the Royal Navy has been patrolling continuously with nuclear-armed submarines in a programme currently known as Trident. Tomorrow, Westminster Abbey will hold what's been described as a service of thanksgiving for the crews who conduct the patrols, but anti-nuclear campaigners say they will protest outside. As our defence correspondent Jonathan Beale reports, the government is already making plans to continue the operation for the next 50 years.
Flood in the diesel compartment.
Royal Navy submariners are training for another patrol on Britain's most expensive
Emergency station.
and lethal weapon.
Diving station.
These are the crews who man the Trident nuclear-armed submarines and who carry out the UK's longest unbroken military operation.
Diving stations.
At their Faslane base, one submarine has just returned from patrol somewhere in the Atlantic. The 4 boats are showing their age, but work's underway to replace them at a cost of more than £30 billion. The Navy and the government say it's helped keep the peace for the last 50 years and will continue to do so for decades to come. And this is from where Britain can fire her nuclear missiles. There are 16 tubes on board this submarine. At the moment, 8 of those tubes are loaded with Trident missiles. And each missile can carry up to 8 nuclear warheads. And each of those warheads is about 8 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. This really is a weapon of mass destruction. For the crew, who have little contact with the outside world on duty, it's a huge personal sacrifice on a machine that could wipe out cities. How's that feel?
Yeah, it's quite mad, isn't it? It's mad that you think, yeah, but for us it's like just get the job done in the galley first, more than anything.
I've got a very supportive group of friends that are very proud of what I do. So I've not come across many people who have given me any flack for the job I do.
And this is where they get the command. In these safes are the codes and keys and the Prime Minister's directions if Britain ever came under nuclear attack. But what if the crew questions those orders?
If the submarine crew decided not to follow those orders, then that is possible. But our training and our doctrine and the circumstances whereby nuclear weapons would be required to be fired, in my opinion, it means that we would be able to follow those orders without question.
Gavin Williamson came on board to thank the crews just before he was sacked. At least on the case for renewing Trident, he was in step with the Prime Minister.
It is not about status. It is about safety. It is about security. It is about deterrence. That's why we have an independent nuclear deterrent.
It'll be up to his successor, Penny Mordaunt, to face the questions over whether Britain can afford it and if in future it might be vulnerable to attacks from space and cyber. And the Scottish government's already made clear it wants nuclear weapons out of these waters. Jonathan Beale, BBC News, Faslane.
And to football now. In the Europa League.